Stop for a moment before you scroll, before you ignore this message. Ask yourself something honest. Do you still believe in your dream? Or did the world slowly convince you to forget it? Because every person once had a dream, a powerful one. A dream that made their heart beat faster. A dream that made them feel unstoppable. When we were younger, dreams felt simple, pure, fearless. You didn't care if people laughed. You didn't care if something looked impossible. You simply believed. But as life moves forward, something begins to change. Reality starts whispering doubts. People begin telling you to be realistic. They say your dream is too big, too risky, too unrealistic. And slowly those voices begin affecting your mind. You begin questioning yourself. You begin hesitating. You begin wondering if the dream that once felt powerful was just childish imagination. That moment is where most dreams die. Not because they were impossible, but because belief slowly disappears. But some people refuse to let that happen. Some people protect their dream like treasure. Even when the world doubts them, even when the journey becomes painful, even when failure hits them again and again, they refuse to let go. Because they understand something important. Dreams are not supposed to be easy. Dreams are supposed to challenge you. They push you beyond your comfort. They force you to grow. They force you to become stronger than the person you were yesterday. Think about the people who changed the world. Every one of them once stood where you stand today. A person with a dream, surrounded by doubt. They faced criticism. They faced rejection. They faced moments where the dream looked impossible. But instead of walking away, they chose to continue. That single decision changes everything. Because every step forward strengthens belief. Every obstacle builds resilience. Every failure teaches a lesson that success requires. And slowly something incredible begins happening. The person chasing the dream begins transforming. They become stronger, more patient, more fearless. Not because the road became easier, but because their spirit became tougher. That is the difference between someone who gives up and someone who changes their destiny. The person who refuses to abandon their dream eventually becomes unstoppable. Because belief becomes stronger than doubt. Hope becomes stronger than fear. And determination becomes stronger than obstacles. Now imagine standing at the edge of your journey, looking at the dream you once believed in. Maybe it still feels far away. Maybe the road still feels difficult. Maybe people still doubt you. But deep inside, a small spark still exists. The spark that refuses to die. That spark is your dream. And dreams like that are powerful. Because when someone truly believes in the dream, even reality begins to bend. Now everything becomes quiet. The world slows down. Your thoughts fade into silence. And your mind reaches that powerful pause. When the world tells you your dream is unrealistic, when people laugh at your ambition, when failure makes the journey feel impossible, will you let your dream fade into the past? Or will you stand up, smile again, and prove that a true dream can never be destroyed? Listen carefully, because the truth about dreams is something most people never talk about. Dreams look beautiful from the outside. People see the success, the victory, the moment where everything finally works. But what they don't see is the pain behind it. They don't see the nights filled with doubt. They don't see the failures that almost broke your spirit. They don't see the loneliness that appears when nobody understands your vision. Because chasing a dream can feel isolating. Sometimes you walk forward while everyone else stays comfortable. Sometimes you believe in something no one else can see yet, and that makes the journey heavy. You begin asking yourself difficult questions. Am I really capable of this? Maybe they were right about me. Maybe this dream is too big. Those thoughts slowly creep into your mind, not because you are weak, but because you are human. Every person who chases something great faces that battle, the battle inside their own mind. Because the hardest enemy you will ever face is doubt. Doubt whispers dangerous things. It tells you to slow down. It tells you to stop trying. It tells you that quitting will remove the pain. And for a moment, that option feels tempting because giving up looks peaceful. No pressure, no struggle, no disappointment. Just a quiet, ordinary life. But something inside you refuses that idea. Because deep inside, you know the truth. A quiet life without your dream would hurt even more. Living with regret is heavier than failure. Knowing you never tried would burn inside your heart forever. That realization changes everything. Because once you accept that truth, your mindset shifts. Failure stops being terrifying. Struggle stops being unbearable. Instead, they become part of the journey. You begin understanding something powerful. Pain is temporary, but regret can last forever. And people who chase dreams choose pain over regret. Every single time. Because pain means you are still fighting. Pain means you are still moving forward. Pain means the dream is still alive. And the longer you continue walking this difficult road, the stronger your spirit becomes. You begin building something rare, unbreakable determination. The kind of determination that cannot be destroyed by failure. The kind of determination that keeps moving even when progress feels invisible. That is the mindset that turns ordinary people into legends. Not talent, not luck, but relentless belief. Now imagine the moment when the world finally notices your perseverance. The same people who once doubted you begin asking how you did it. They ask how you survived the struggle. They ask how you kept believing. But the truth is simple. You never stopped. You kept moving. Step after step. Failure after failure. Until eventually the dream began moving closer. Now once again, everything becomes silent. The wind slows down. Your thoughts fade into that powerful moment of reflection. When your dream demands more sacrifice than you expected. When the road becomes lonely. When failure knocks you down again and again. Will you let doubt take control of your story? Or will you stand back up and prove that your dream is stronger than every pain in your path? Now this journey reaches its hardest point. The part nobody prepares you for. Because the beginning of a dream is exciting. Everything feels new. Hope is strong. Energy is high. But after some time, reality starts testing your spirit. Progress becomes slower. Obstacles become bigger. And the excitement slowly turns into endurance. This is the moment where most people disappear. Not because they were weak, but because the road demanded more strength than they expected. Dreams are not destroyed by one big failure. They are destroyed by thousands of small moments of doubt. Small moments where quitting feels easier. Small moments where stopping feels comfortable. And those moments are dangerous because they slowly weaken your belief. But the people who eventually succeed understand something powerful. Dreams are not built in moments of comfort. Dreams are built in moments of resistance. When life pushes you down, your response defines your future. You can stay down and accept defeat, or you can stand up again. Every time you stand up, your spirit becomes stronger. You begin building something inside yourself that most people never develop. Unbreakable will. That type of will does not depend on motivation. It does not depend on mood. It does not depend on perfect conditions. It simply moves forward. Every day. Even when progress is invisible. Even when results take time. Even when the journey feels exhausting. That is the secret most successful people understand. Consistency beats intensity. Small steps repeated daily eventually create massive progress. But patience is required. Because dreams rarely reward people immediately. They test your commitment first. They test how serious you truly are. They test whether your dream is just a wish or something you are willing to fight for. Think about the difference between someone who says they want something and someone who refuses to give up until they achieve it. The first person talks about their dream. The second person lives for it. They wake up thinking about it. They push forward even when nobody is watching. They continue even when success still feels far away. Because their belief becomes stronger than temporary discomfort. That is the moment when transformation begins. The dream slowly stops being just a goal. It becomes part of your identity, part of who you are. And once something becomes part of your identity, it becomes almost impossible to destroy. Because quitting would mean abandoning yourself. And people with strong dreams refuse to abandon themselves. Now imagine standing at the edge of another difficult moment, another obstacle, another test, another storm trying to stop your journey. But this time, something inside you feels different. Your fear feels smaller. Your determination feels stronger. Because you now understand the truth. No storm lasts forever. No obstacle is permanent. And every step forward brings you closer to the dream you once believed in. Now everything slows down again. Silence fills the moment. Your mind reaches another deep pause. When life tests your patience again, when the journey feels longer than you expected, when quitting starts looking easier than continuing, will you slowly walk away from your dream? Or will you prove that your will is stronger than every obstacle standing in your path? Now the journey reaches its final moment. Not the end of the road, but the moment where everything you went through finally reveals its meaning. Think about the path behind you. Every failure, every painful moment, every time someone doubted you, every time life tried to break your spirit. At the time, those moments felt cruel, unfair, exhausting. But now something becomes clear. Those moments were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to prepare you. Because dreams of greatness require a different type of person. Not someone perfect, not someone lucky, but someone who refuses to surrender. The world respects strength, not the strength of muscles, but the strength of spirit. The strength that stands tall even after being knocked down. The strength that keeps smiling even when the storm looks impossible. The strength that believes in tomorrow even when today feels heavy. That strength is what separates ordinary people from legends. Most people wait for perfect conditions before chasing their dream. But people with unstoppable will move forward anyway. Even when the sea becomes violent. Even when the wind pushes them backwards. Even when the horizon disappears. Because deep inside their heart, they understand something powerful. Dreams are not destinations. Dreams are journeys. Journeys that transform you. Journeys that reveal who you truly are. And once you begin walking that path, you begin discovering a strength you never knew existed. A courage that grows with every challenge. a belief that becomes impossible to destroy. That is when something incredible happens. The same world that once doubted you begins noticing your determination. People start asking how you stayed strong, how you survived the struggle, how you refused to give up. But the answer was always simple. You never stopped believing, even when belief felt difficult, even when the journey felt endless, even when the world told you to quit. Because somewhere deep inside your heart, your dream was louder than the noise around you. And dreams like that cannot be erased. They cannot be destroyed. They only grow stronger with every challenge. Now the journey pauses one last time. The wind becomes silent. The ocean becomes calm. Your mind reaches its final reflection. When life pushes you to your absolute limit, when every obstacle stands in your path, when the world tells you that your dream is impossible, will you finally surrender like everyone expects? Or will you rise with a fearless smile and prove that your dream is powerful enough to conquer the entire sea?